It's the People's Podcast Show with Adrian Biddle, Melissa Bartlett, and your boy Kerry Bixby. It's your show, so tell us what you want to talk about. It's the At the Round Table Podcast Show.
All right. Back again, my friends. Man, what is going on, everybody?
Yes, what's going on? What's going on?
Man, I feel kind of weird right now.
Yeah, me too. Our third member is out today, so we'll be trying to toe the line without her. Definitely keep her in prayer and everything. And we're thinking of you, Mel.
Yeah, man. And hopefully we'll do you some justice, because you just got two guys in the chair, and ain't no telling what we might say without you being the muffler.
Yes, yes, sir. It's kind of scary.
It is. But hey, the views and expressions of At the Roundtable Podcast Show, throw that disclaimer out to everybody.
Yes.
But yeah, what's going on, everybody? It is At the Roundtable Podcast Show, and I get to introduce the man, the myth, the legend, to my. Make sure I'm doing it right. Nope, this way. It is Adrian A. Money Biddle. What's going on, brother?
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Everything is everything. Still keeping upbeat and enjoying life to the fullest right now. Yes. So outside of that, let me introduce the man that stirs the drink, Mr. Kosher himself, also AKA the conductor, CD.
All right, family. Appreciate y'all joining us this evening on that Roundtable Podcast Show. Well, we're streaming live on Facebook as well as YouTube channel. Yes, we are actually on YouTube. So if you don't get a chance, or if you happen to have a YouTube channel, or you happen to be at work and you got that computer up looking at all these different movies and everything, come on over to our YouTube channel and check out our shows that we've done. I'm telling you, we love talking about various things, and tonight is no different. Bruh, tonight's topic.
What is it, my friend? What is it?
Man, well, here's the thing. And it was funny because when I came up with two topics, was thinking about them and stuff. Of course, things always happen when throughout life. What's going on, Haggy? Thank you for joining us on tonight's At the Roundtable Podcast Show. What's going on, Terry? How you doing, baby? Thank you for joining us at the Roundtable. I was, I came up with two topics, and the topic that we have tonight, yes, indeed, it's going to be very interesting. It is love. Shout out to my wife. We celebrated our 25th year anniversary just on yesterday. And, a lot of people.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know how she put up with this brother for over 25 years, but to God be the glory, she did. That's a lot of love, I'm going to tell you. And I guess that's the reason why I came up with the topic. And of course, you chimed in on it as well and co-signed on it. And I'm sure Mel, if she was here, she would as well. Because the topic that we have, talking about love, so many different levels. It's like an onion. Layers.
It is. You're right about that.
I mean, we say, what is love, what it means to you, how do you know you're in love, and have you ever been in love? Man, it got me to thinking, going way, way back to like elementary time to here we are right now, and just the many facets of love. What do you think about love, bro?
Whew. That is a powerful word in itself, and it has so many meanings. But out of all of that, it is to me one of the key factors in life. One of the requirements in life, to me, if you want to have an enjoyable life, It's always it is a human nature to want to be loved and to love someone. So when you came up with that topic, I said, "Ooh, this is gonna be a deep one right here."
Yeah, most definitely, bro. And family, if y'all are listening on the show right now, give us your thoughts about love. What does love mean to you? Give us some examples of love. Especially like right now, and I don't want to get real deep into it because of the way society depicts love on TV and things of that nature. Let's hear from the people. What do you think about love? What does it mean to you?
What does it mean to you? Yes. Um, Me personally,
Mhm.
the more and more that I have time to spend with my wife, and it been some ups and downs along the way.
Right.
But the thing about that, even just referencing that and pulling back and just assessing things, have me to even more. It showed me even more what love is.
Mhm.
Staying by somebody, pushing that individual when you know that they can do more. That person that actually has your back whenever no one else does.
Mhm.
That that just to know that you have that unconditional love feeling. I mean, the genres of that word it goes into infinity, but just to know that someone has your back, and
Mhm.
I am truly, when I say truly blessed, I am truly blessed to have my wife, and to know that she truly loves me and I truly love her.
I know that's right. Oh, Heidi said, thinking of someone else more than you think of yourself and showing them. Drop it, sis. That's what I'm
Yes,
talking about. That is
yes,
that. That is so important. And I think a lot of times when people think about love, it's interesting because some people, they have the misconception of what love is. And I'm glad that Heidi said that, as far as, when you think of someone else more than yourself, because that's one thing in which we should first do is always love ourselves, but then to be able to sacrifice and just say, you know what, let me put myself and my thoughts on the back burner, so to speak, and let me just go ahead and take care of this person and just show them that they are worth or worthy. Let me say that speaks volumes.
it does. It's selflessness. It really is. That's what it boils down to. So Terry says love is me living in the South instead of California. So my love won't miss his family and home like I miss mine.
That's
Deep.
deep. That's
Yes.
real deep. That's real deep. So, and that's a lot of times in when you truly love somebody, sometimes sacrifices are made, you know, for the betterment of not just them but also yourself. Because sometimes when we do that, we end up exposing ourselves to things that we were not privy to at one
Hmm.
time. It
Hmm.
actually helps us grow. So yeah, thank you for saying that.
Yeah. And all of those characteristics that everybody done shared up to this point, it really boils down a lot to selflessness as well.
Hmm.
Just giving, making sure you give unto the person you're talking about unconditionally.
Yep. How he said, love is definitely an action word. Don't talk me to death. Honey, don't you hate that? Somebody tell you, I love you. I love you. All you hearing is, I love you. But there's nothing, no substance behind it.
Mm-hmm. Terry says, and him showing love to me is spending a whole lot of money so we can spend 2.5 weeks in Cali this year.
Oh,
Oh, that's nice.
that's real
That's
nice.
nice. Mm-hmm.
Again, that's that additional sacrifice. That's pretty cool right there.
Yes,
Two and
sir.
a half weeks?
That's
Goodness
all right
gracious.
right there. That's all right.
Man, I ain't never ever. That's cool right there. So, and again, it's that exposure. because especially if you love somebody enough to say, you know what, I want to include you in or show you where I came from, or I want to experience this with you. That means a lot. Um, I remember experiencing something similar to that nature when, and Heidi will attest to this, when we all went to New York, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt it was going to be interesting because my wife, she's from the South, and me, I was used to being in New York, living there, how the trains were, the buses, when you're walking down the street and all the garbage and just everything in general, but just that New York lifestyle. And for Renee to step out on faith and join me in that, it really meant a lot to me that I was able to experience that with her and be able to do some things. So yeah, that's cool right there.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie too.
Hey, Charlie.
What's going on, Charlie? Tonight's topic: what is love? What does it mean to you? How do you know you are in love? All those things. Can you chime in? Share with us.
Mm-hmm.
Because Charlie in love right now. Yeah. Yes, he is. Let's talk about it, Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie said, "Oh Lord." Yeah. Hey, Charlie, your sister is not here this evening, so therefore we have free reign to say anything we want to do. Yes, me. Yes.
Look at the connections. Look at the connections.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun time tonight.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you know what? Here's funny. I want to take something back down memory lane. Everybody who's listening, of course, Amen, I gotta hear your thoughts as well. Remember when we were in junior high, high school, and we had our first love?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Man. Amen, I was thinking like, yeah.
It was so different, man. It was so different. You were learning, or you had a concept of what it was to me, and my experience, what you thought that it was. But um, as you grow up and start to experience more things, you find out and look back on it fondly. But uh, uh, fondly, you look back on it, but find yourself reflecting back that it wasn't really. I hate to put it like that. It wasn't truly love because you didn't know what love was.
Right.
Not at that age. I mean, not saying that it's not possible, but it's rare.
Charlie said, "Love is a fickle thing." Do tell, Charlie. Do tell.
Mm-hmm. So,
oh wow. Okay. So Charlie said, "I literally posted a reel about leaving love everywhere today." Okay, so hey, it must be in the atmosphere. It must have been meant to talk about this thing tonight.
Yes. But go down memory lane, man. Share with us.
Man, that's scary right there. Like, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, I concur with you, brother, because I think when you're young and you I guess what was the old people what common saying about you're smelling yourself, you're feeling yourself, whatever. You think you're in love, and then I guess the thing that got me was when you thought you were in love, and then when you break up, how the breakup is.
Yes.
And it's like, not for me, of course, I'm just going to put it out there. But when you really think you're in love and you're so young, it just seems like the whole world is coming down on you. Like, ain't nothing right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go and you talk to the parents and stuff, and of course, or somebody older, and then they let you know, this is your first love. But understand, it just sets the foundation for you to grow up on, for you to understand what love is, the ins and outs. When somebody's just like Hottie was saying, they're just all talk, no action. And from there, when you find someone that you really do love, truly love, agape love, hey, it puts all that other stuff. It's just like, I hate to say it, it's like eating ramen noodles back then, but hey, you got filet mignon right now. You know, you grubbing, you chilling, you big time.
Good point.
Okay. Charlie said, well, because it means so many things
That's
to
true.
many different people.
That's true. That's true. It covers a gambit of different things. Like she said, depending on the individual.
Mm-hmm. Terry said, love to me is just someone showing that you're important and special. Doesn't have to be a big show. It can be as simple as a look. Boy, that's old school right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whoa, my
That's
baby talking old school. That look.
yeah, yeah. That wisdom right there, man.
Yeah.
Drop.
There you
Mm-hmm.
go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie said what love looks like, feels like, smells, and how you experience. Well, Charlie, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm curious. How'd you know when you were in love? That's another one. How do you know after all those other times and such when you're almost at the door, or you're thinking, then all of a sudden you find true, beautiful love. Share with us. Anybody, as a matter of fact. Heidi, Terry, share this with the masses and the multitudes and answer that question. How did you know that you found your one true love?
Oh yeah, I would love to hear this.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, come on now. Still learning. Get out of here. Come on now. Don't
Not
do
you,
it like
Charlie.
that.
Not you, Charlie.
Not you. Come on now. We you know how we do. Please
Mm-hmm.
share.
Mm-hmm.
Our story. Okay, I got you. Yeah, our story. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How did you know? How did you know? I want to hear from y'all before A Money and I share and such. That we want to hear from y'all and make sure we on the right path. Oh, I thought Hockey was gonna chime in. Got crickets right now.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay. All right.
Everybody kind of quiet now, and I'm surprised too. I bet you if Mel was here, boy, they'd be spilling the beans.
Uh, well, I'll share. I'll share real quick. Wow, everybody. Oh, unless we got something coming in.
Charlie gave us a teaser. She said, "No, truly, I am. I just found my love language and how to love." Deannie, what's going on? What's going on, sis? Love. We are talking about what is love? What does it mean to you? How do you know? Matter of fact, the question right now is how do you know you are in love? Oh,
Oh,
right. Yes.
so I thought I had been in love before, but when I got with my husband, it made me realize that I had never really been in love until him.
Ooh, you better go ahead and say that, sis. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and say that.
Mm-hmm. As Charlie says, I'm not quite. I love talking about love. I know to give love, but not how to, I guess, receive it or relieve it. Okay. Mahogany, we had an emotional connection before anything else.
There you go. Boy, she hit the nail on the head right there. That's when you know, you know, you know. She said emotion.
Mm,
Because that physical, boy, everybody, you know what? Everybody can be physical. But it's
mm,
something about that emotion. Terry said, CJ and I met in 2010. He left a comment on my FB and we started to date. I wasn't supposed to be dating, and after 3 months, it all came crashing down. Flash forward to 2014, and my coworker, wrote his last name on a cup.
mm.
Okay.
That's all right. Oh no, you fine. We figured that.
Yeah. So receive.
Yes.
She said, not how to receive it. Why is that, sis? Why is it that you know how to give it, but not receive it? I want to hear your thoughts on it before we kind of share our escapades rather, and some other things Terry said, I asked her who was that, and come to find out, her baby daddy was his cousin. Oh, the plot thickens.
Oh wow. Mahogany, but our love language change sometimes, and we have to be able to recognize it. So yes, we are still learning.
Oh, I love this. I love it. I love hearing that. I love hearing that.
Mm,
And I think a lot of times people don't understand that dynamic when it comes to love, and Charlie and Hoggy actually hit on it. We'll definitely want to chit chat about that.
mhm.
Terry said, I didn't do anything with that info until 2015. So you waited a whole year. Okay. But good things come to those who wait. So
This is
that's all
true.
right.
This is true.
That's all right. That's all right.
Hmm. Hmm.
Man, they are sharing. That's all right, because sharing is caring.
Yeah, some deep ones right there.
Mm-hmm. What about you, man? You was about to share?
Was I?
Yeah. I think you was about to, and then all of a sudden they jumped in, just like right now, they just jumped in and said, Deanna said, I never felt love like I have with Sandy. Sex was not involved in the beginning. It was just about us spending time together. He's totally different from what I've been used to. All right, Deanna.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa,
That's
boy.
all right right there.
Hmm.
Charlie, I knew how to give it because I understood what I wanted to give. However, I didn't receive it and know how to accept it.
Okay.
Uh,
Understandable. Definitely understandable in that regard. Okay.
yeah.
Hmm. Terry says, I asked my coworker for his number and we started talking. He came to my job for lunch. It was just something I can't explain. He needed me and I needed him. Oh, boy, sound like soap opera right there, boy. I like that. It's like you see each other and like two ships passing in the night. And you
Yeah.
realize I needed him. He needed me. Trav, what's going
There
on,
you go.
brother?
There you go. There you go.
Yes. Okay.
So Trav said, love is like breathing, inhale, exhale. Great givers make great getters. If you take a deep breath, you have to give one back.
Goodness.
Oh, oh,
Woo! What? He done
right,
dropped
right
prolific
there,
on us.
right there,
My
right,
brother.
right there.
He dropped prolific on us. Charlie says, my trust issues cloud or block my ability to accept it. Oh, hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We got to talk about that right there. We got to talk about that right there. Heidi says, the problem with love comes when people give it the way they want to be loved and not the way you want to be loved. Oh, Heidi.
Eh,
Heidi. Oh, my sister.
Uh,
That's my sister right there, boy. She is dropping. That's true.
yeah, yeah, I can see that. I can certainly see that. Terry says 2015 we broke up and then I found out I was pregnant. I told him I wasn't playing house, so we decided we would just co-parent.
Okay. Okay. Charlie.
Charlie says when love looks chaotic or isn't expressed properly in your upbringing, you don't always learn how or what it may look like. That's
Okay.
true. I
That's
can see
very true.
that. Yes.
Kerry said 3 weeks after the birth of our first child, he said he couldn't live separate from us, and we married 2 months later. Love will prevail. Wow.
It will.
That's
It will.
that's interesting. That's very interesting. Everybody's just dropping these nuggets, man.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. They are.
That means we got to share in a minute. That means we got to share. But we're not going
Yeah.
to share yet. We definitely want to go to, I like what Trav said as far as love is like breathing, inhale, exhale, because it kind of goes with, it kind of runs parallel with what Charlie was saying. Now I'm not trying to be a Dr. Phil or Dear Abby. If you my age, you remember who Dear Abby was.
Hmm.
Oh, Kerry said, flash forward to 2022, we'll be celebrating our 6 year anniversary and have 3 beautiful kids. There you go. There
That's
you
all
go.
right.
How
That's
about
all
that?
right.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Terry says Charlie, excuse me, said when love looks chaotic or isn't expressed properly in your upbringing, you don't always learn how or what it may look like. And I think that that's very that's very important right now, especially if you are someone that has children or you're around children, or well, I retract that. Even if you don't have children, it is important to get in an atmosphere that will show you and allow you to grow when it comes to love, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Um,
It does.
yeah, I
It
mean,
does.
there, there's a lot of families that are out here. I've heard it in which you've got parents that are together, but yet their dynamic, they don't communicate well, or the way they communicate can be hostile or demeaning or whatever at times. So then when you look at the children are being raised up in that, and then they in turn don't know how to quote unquote love. And from that, I think it's important for people to be able to get around other individuals that can kind of like share that warmth of love with them. So therefore they in turn can know how to love correctly. And then also too, people who have been in relationships, and it's ironic because I posted it this morning about it's not the fact that people don't want to love. It's the fact that they are afraid of the former pain that they had. And sometimes that can be a hindrance for someone to truly open themselves up, to truly know how and experience love, to
Hmm.
receive that love.
Hmm. Yeah, it certainly, most certainly can make you gun shy.
Mhm. Charlie says, so in love you see all over me now is because I am learning with someone who is also learning for themselves and with me.
That might be the perfect situation then.
That's it. That's it. So to be able to pool your resources and I guess your energies together in order to truly love and then
Hmm.
grow with each other, it's going to be amazing, the end result.
Yes.
Charlie said, this is my lane. I am a budding relationship consultant and sexual health professional. So platonic and romantic love is an exploration of giving yourself permission to have healthy relationships. You need to experience the joy and the pain. Amen.
Ah, well said. Well
Very,
said.
very well said. But you know what? Here's the funny thing. And I thought about that, and I said I was going to hold that statement until you said something. But it's ironic because, like they say with doctors are the worst patients sometimes. And it's interesting because I've listened to Charlie so many times when it came to talking about relationships and such. But the irony is that she's trying to actually love better within her own relationship, and I think that speaks volumes because somebody said this once before: you can't go to a single person and ask them for marriage advice because they have yet to go through it. So the irony is that Charlie is going through this herself, making her relationship better, amazing, full of love. So therefore, when people come to her and they're needing help, she can tell them first and foremost,
Hmm.
this is how you love. This is what will happen. So thank you, Charlie, for sharing that. That was
Yeah.
that transparent moment
Yes.
that she did with us and stuff. I'll tell you, that's why she needs to be on the show.
Hmm. Hmm.
Tier needs to be on the show. Heidi needs to be on the show. We should have just sent them links and they could have had like the squares all up and everybody would have been
Hmm.
shining here. And Trav, what's the word? I need a big word for right now. What are the platitudes can you drop on us?
I'm writing that down.
Right there. But yeah, love is interesting. Love is very interesting. And I love what Heidi says. She said the problem with love comes when people give it the way they want to be loved and not the way you want to be loved. So now I get to go ahead and throw it to my brother. I'm about to do that. About to do that side pass. Bam, brother.
Yes, sir.
In your experience, how did you know? Tying into what Heidi just said.
Um, I let's say I had a curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
When I met my wife, and I wanted to get to know her a little better.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked her out a couple of times on a date.
Mm-hmm.
First time she turned me down. Second time she turned me down.
What?
Third time she turned me down.
Man, man, what?
So eventually, after the fourth time, she relented and agreed to go on a date.
Okay.
And once we had the availability to really get to know each other, conversations, interactions, just it was a it was a I hate to use such a lackluster word because chemistry doesn't even really top what it was at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
But the more that we were around each other, if I said, "This is the one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one," and what really cemented it was, I want to say it was maybe our fifth date, maybe, and she said, "You know what?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be my husband." And I
All
said,
right.
"Turn right." But it having the opportunity, of course, you're looking at an individual visually first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I was very attracted to her.
Mm-hmm.
But then what took it to a whole nother level was her personality,
Yeah.
her selflessness, her wanting to give, and me also being reciprocating that back to her. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Automatically, we had our best interests at heart, and it was like this is what I've been looking for.
Mm-hmm. I like to hear that, man, and I think that's so important when you hear it from a brother's perspective, because the sisters they will definitely share with you how they feel about a brother, especially if they're interested or not interested. But then to
Hmm.
hear from you, that's amazing right there. That's simply amazing. Charlie said exactly why I started this journey. Why I started this. I can't help others until I help myself. I go through levels with those who trust me with this journey. She says, I am teachable while I am educating. That's what's up. Thank you, Charlie.
So, Charlie, if you don't mind me asking, has it become a little easier to open up? I guess with the what in your exploration, if that makes any sense,
That's
or
a good
are you
question.
still finding it kind of difficult to open up like that?
That's a good question. I think she's still, let's see. That's got me curious as well. Because that's the one thing about love too. Love is ever growing. And I think when I look back on the statements that many people have made, um, it's interesting how they understand that particular concept.
Hmm.
And I think
Hmm.
that's when you know that the love is there, because
Yeah.
when you're in love, the love that oh, Charlie just chimed in. She said, yes, it is easier. However, I can find my obstacles easier too.
Okay. All
That's
right.
what's up.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
like
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
like that.
Glad of that.
Yeah.
But when you said that it's ever growing, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry to interrupt. You look like
No,
you.
please.
When you said that it's ever growing, that is absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that love language.
Yeah.
We're every day is being added on to, and the funny part about it, that old saying, that old description of "that's my better half"
Mm-hmm.
is no truer words than that. I can, and she mentioned it to me too. I mean, we could be dead tired.
Mm-hmm.
I might have a restless night or something, or get up early because just can't sleep anymore.
Yeah.
And she gets up maybe about 5 or 10 minutes, checking in on me. Say, I can't sleep with you not being there, and
Mm-hmm.
vice versa. I mean, the
Oh.
same it'd be the same with her. But it just goes to show you, after a while, you do actually become intertwined, and whether that's um it's truth into that. It's truth
Right.
into that. Along with that continued growth, you are one. You become one.
Charlie says, so the trust issues block me from receiving it, or I can cut it off prematurely to protect my own feelings and inadvertently hurt others. And that's probably for some past scar tissue, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you know and that's one of the things that we as human beings we have the two controls within us, which is fight or flight. So you know, somewhere in between, you know, a situation that may occur, you pick one of those controls, and I can understand that, sis. I can definitely understand that. But at the same time, you know, if you feel as though that person is the one, well, Charlie said, but being aware more now, I ask and I do post checks in all my relationships. Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Charlie. That's dope that you being so transparent with us right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and doing it without Mel being here.
Mm-hmm.
That's another kudos. That
Yeah.
means you're doing something right tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can brag about this.
All right, CD. So how did you know?
How did I know? Oh
Yes.
man, dude, drop something. Okay. How did I know? How did I know? Oh, we got another statement. Charlie said, "By all I mean family, friends, and love." Yep, definitely feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how did I know? Okay, so I guess you know when you're growing up and stuff. Of course, you have relationships and everything, and you find someone thinking this is love and blah blah blah. We've talked about all that, but I think you know, reflecting back on what Mahogany said or Javi said, a lot of lip service versus action. Um, I was in a position in which you know I met my wife. You know, we met you know at a club, and we were friends. We were real good friends, and what really did it for me was how she stood in the gap for me when I was hospitalized. After I was hospitalized, and had come home and actually couldn't even come home because I couldn't even take care of myself. And my parents, you know, they said, well, you know, you're not going back to your place. You know, come stay here with us, and we'll take care of this, that, and the third. But she stepped in and took care of all my bills. You know, she came. I'm writing out checks or whatever sort. She's making payments, blah blah blah. She's coming by. She's checking on me, things of that nature. But I think through it all, when we were together and we were spending time with each other, it was like, you know, of course, like you mentioned, physicality is one thing because she's
Mm-hmm.
very attractive, still is attractive to me even to this day. She's my dime piece. But just how we could interact with each other and act silly, act like we're the best of friends, concerned about each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it went beyond the, you know, we're on the phone speaking 2, 3, 4 hours at a time, falling asleep with the phone, blah, 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 to actually concerned about each other's well-being and calling to check on each other and doing certain things. What really got me when she invited me to church, you know, she asked me to come to her home church. I went there. I got to see her interact in her element because she sings gospel. So she was singing in a group, and then her interaction with kids. And I love working with kids. That's one of my gifts
Mm-hmm.
that I believe to share with the world is to be able to talk to young people. And she just, everything that I like to do, it was as though God placed her right there to walk parallel with me. And I think
Uh-huh.
that's what really got me to say, and she said the same thing to me. She told me we were getting married. She said, I found my husband, we're going to get married. And I was like, whatever, yeah, you know, I'm here for the barbecue, you know. But here we are 25 years later,
Yes.
and I still look at her as my best friend. And, you know, piggybacking on the whole thing about love language and the evolution of love, the things that we did 25 years ago, we can't do now. We
Mm-hmm.
were actually laughing about it some time ago. It's like, yo, it's 10 o'clock. And we dressed to the nines. And she was like, yeah, you want to go up here and get a smoothie? You know, we don't do the whole hanging out late,
Mm-hmm.
partying, or whatever the case may be. Our mindsets have changed to we find enjoyment just going to a grocery store and buying groceries and walking and laughing and tripping. You know,
Yeah.
it's changed. You know, it's gone from, you know, where it used to be to where we are right now, but the love is still there. And
Hmm.
it had to grow and evolve to meet what's going on in today's society. The fact that we no longer have young kids, you know, things change over the years in which we were running around taking kids to football games, basketball games, track practices, and things of that nature. Now, here we are in the house together, and sometimes, you know, it can be the two of you, and you just get on each other's nerve. But I feel weird when I don't hear her around. I'm like,
Hmm.
yo, you know, where you at? Or she's like, yo, you all right down there in the office? I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah, I'm good, you know, and we find time with each other. So the evolution of love is very important, especially when you know you are in love.
Yes. That's some deep stuff right there, man. Deep
Man,
stuff.
speak from my heart. Charlie said, now to answer, how did I know this was my person? Yes, Charlie, that's what we've been waiting on, girl. She said,
Hmm.
when I couldn't stand not being a part of their life, and they showed me at a pace that I could stand, they wanted to learn my love language, wanted to be a part of my life.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We knew each other and crushed on each other as teams. A barely mutual friend was in the way. Fast forward decades later as adults, and the crush came back when he found me on Facebook. Ooh,
But when he do it,
yes,
oh,
he
he
will.
do
That's what's up. So see, it's always
it. I'm
been that.
happy for you.
Sometimes, yeah,
Happy for you.
sometimes you just need that. You need a
Hmm.
little, and that's interesting because between her as well as Terry, you know, they needed a little moment respite, and then they come back, and now it's where it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Decade ago. All I gotta say is I'm waiting on the invitation. That's all I'm gonna say.
Congrats, sis.
Congrats. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Terry said, preach.
Hmm. Hmm. So that okay.
I thought you were in charge of that. Shoot. But we understand. When it happened, I'm gonna dance the jig, boy. I mean, I'm coming down. Hey, going Soul Train line up in there. Can't wait.
Yeah. So, interesting thing. He said, "Love.
Mm,
What is love?" So, I mean, love can it could stretch into other areas as well.
yeah.
Love of community, love of family, um, so many other things. And the funny part about it now, oh, no, sir. He who finds, I'm patiently waiting. Huh?
All right.
True that. True that. True that.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, and you can tell that it's not enough of it right now in this society. I hate to, and that's sad
Yeah.
because it's evident in a lot of stuff that we see today, especially. Uh, I hate the transition. I'll bring it back though, but especially in what took place in Buffalo.
Yeah. In
Yeah,
California. Yeah.
yes, yes, in California as well. So that is uh, a word, an action, a means of promoting how you feel towards each other. And right now, is certainly a lack of it,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. And here's the thing, and I can understand the segue into that because I was kind of thinking that as well. Um, and I'm sure everybody, you know, they see on the news and things of that nature as far as what has occurred. It's unfortunate because then it makes you wonder, you know, what type of love did this individual gain or have in their life that would cause them to forego
Hmm.
everything that is good in order to do something so evil and so tragic.
True.
You know, how was their upbringing at home? Was they in a home full of love? Did they get love from outside, from, a girlfriend or whatever? It's just so many different things that makes you wonder, why was love not present for that individual to do what they did and take a life, not only a life, 10 lives, and with the intent to take more. So society, I think right now has totally, love is starting to become a hush word now. It used to be, love is all you need. It used to be sung prevalent in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, and all, a lot of the songs that you heard back then. Think about it. A lot of songs that were coming up in the 60s and the 70s and such, and even 80s with R&B, but just music in general spoke prolifically about love. So now here we are in a society in which it seems like love is a hush word, that everything else takes precedence. Everything else, we just speak volumes on how we can shuck and jive each other, or the Me Too movement, or just anger against different races or whatever sort. But nobody really wants to step up and talk about love.
That's right. Well said.
Charlie said, also, I agree. The world is in need, and why I just lead with love in my community. I show love, even when hate is thrown back at me. Remember, I said platonic and romantic. Love in all relationships. Yeah.
Deep, my sister, deep. That's so true. That's so true.
Very true. Yeah, I hate that too, because even when we watch TV, here, I'm gonna give you an example about love. From my understanding, love is patient, love is kind, like Sis said. Love takes time to grow. Love can be a spark, and love can be activated when it's two hearts in unison. But what I've seen as of late, if you look at it, even on reality TV and the precept of love, sometimes that can be kind of questionable, because you got one show that's saying, you know what, you get married, just get married to somebody that you don't even know, and within these 8 weeks, we want you to foster and grow in a relationship and possibly love. It's like, wow, really?
Yeah.
And there's not just that show. There's several other shows in which, there's one I just saw not too long ago in which there's two people that have been in a relationship for a while, and then what's happening is, you got a professional that's coming in, and they're asking them these questions, and they say, okay, so put a ring on it, and they say, okay, so since it's taking y'all a while, what I want you to do, she tells them, I want you to go on dates with other people. And what she's doing is she's shocking the system, so to speak, in their relationship factor, to see, are you truly in love with this person, or are you just in it, chilling? And so far, it's brought up a lot of different mixed emotions. It's uncovered some things, but it just seems as though still the question is, where's the love?
Very good point. Very good point. Yeah. I really, it saddens. It saddens me because for example, guys, here I go on my soapbox.
Okay, go ahead, man. Get on there.
Evangelicals. Now they're supposed to be the biggest preachers of or proponents of love, and their actions speaks otherwise. Whether their political affiliation or not necessarily their political affiliation, but who they support, who they back, who they pay money to. And even outside of that, not standing up for whenever you see injustice or inequality. But yet it's still that particular religion or that belief is built on love.
Okay.
I'm stepping down.
No, man, stay on a bit for a while.
Step it off of it.
Go ahead, man. Ain't nothing
But
wrong with go ahead and throw a
yeah,
rock out there and hit
man,
somebody. Somebody
it's
gonna
so
holler.
man, so many people just it's so many organizations, so many people just twisting that word too.
Hmm.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people may not even know what love is after hearing some of these uh, other people's perspectives from it.
Mm, good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Trav done chimed in. I knew this was coming, boy. Hey, Trav says our ideas of love is only as old as television. Television tainted our understanding between love and romance.
Mm,
Wow.
mm,
Charlie said, I am an assistant pole chief. I am a volunteer for Coleman in community events. I show up for family and who didn't or won't for me. I reach out to others when my energy feels they need it, even if my energy tells me you could get hurt.
mm.
Hurt and fear are sometimes a gift of elevation and growth.
True that.
I ask my other half if I fall short or let them know when they do. Does suck, yeah, but the work to grow in love feels amazeballs dipped in awesome sauce.
True that. Yes.
Mm, wow.
Yeah.
You have to
Absolutely.
learn love for yourself. So
Absolutely.
true. So true. So true. And I think that's the one thing that it kind of goes back to the one thing that they say. In order to effectively love others, you have to first love yourself.
True.
And I think so many times that in itself can be a hindrance because we live in a society right now in which people look at the outer covering and they think everything is okay. But they don't know, and this is tied into the mental health thing as well. But a lot of people see this, but they don't understand within this person could be in turmoil. They may not love each other, but I mean love themselves, but then at turn they give the appearance that they love so many other people. But you know what? If they don't effectively love themselves, they only given a fraction of what they can really do with other people. And so many times people, they question it. Why, somebody becomes unresponsive and don't want to take calls or get into depression and things of that nature. There's so many things that we as people need to start doing to help other people not just love on us, but make sure that they're loving on themselves. You know what? Taking some me time, you know.
Mm.
And I think, just like what Charlie was saying, she does so much and she's doing a lot of stuff for other people as well. And I'm guilty of it as well. I find myself ripping and running so many times that I can run myself ragged. But at the same time, if you don't recharge your own batteries, if you don't love on yourself, you could really do yourself some damage in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
in which you have like a mental breakdown, or you just want to say, forget it, forget the world, and just be like, I don't want to deal with y'all no more. And then you become unresponsive, and people are like, all of a sudden, oh, wow, what happened? And I think sometimes we have to realize that too, instead of always taking from people, we need to start making sure, hey, you okay? You need anything?
That's
That is,
love.
yeah, that's love. Wow. Okay.
So watch children and pets. They know nurture and love even without words. It's the truth. That's so true. And
Yeah.
continuously hurt. If you do not educate them as they grow, what do you have?
Mm. Good point. Good point. Good point. And I think that, think about it, bro, with us, you and I, we're in the position that we're in, as parents, it is so important the things that we do and the things that we say around our children and stuff, because again, they're like fertile soil
Mm-hmm.
and a seed planted into it. And whatever you put in there, whatever you water, whatever you give, like whatever type of food or whatever sort you give, that's what's going to produce
Yes.
the fruits later on. So it's very important, especially when we talk about love. How do we love each other? And how are we teaching our children love?
That's true.
So they
That's
don't
true.
grow up and be the type of individuals that we see on TV that are lashing out at society at any given time. And you're wondering, hey, why did they do that? How were they
Hmm.
able to get away with this? And what was wrong? What was being planted into that individual in their earliest formative years?
Absolutely.
Oh, good one, Charlie. She says, "Oh, lately I am learning and seeing the damage. Survived a few attempts to quit. I had to love me through and commit to do the work on me. So stop running ourselves ragged in a raggedy situation." Yeah,
Hmm.
yes, yes. And I think that's also important too um, when it comes to make sure I word this correctly. I think when that happens later on with individuals as they get older, I think that some of the things that occur, with what we put in our children and stuff, how they are loving on us when we're older.
Yes,
You know,
that is so true. Yes.
just think about it. And especially with the family unit, that's the one thing. That's one thing I definitely wanted to mention. As far as family unit, how we love as a family speaks volumes on how our children's children will raise and grow and mature in their families and stuff.
Hmm.
Terry just mentioned as far as going away for 2.5 weeks as a family to go see other families. That right there is going to be planted very deep into to their children's psyche.
Absolutely.
And they're going to remember that, and those are the things that they're going to do to help with their family. As far as going on trips together, experiencing new things to each other and stuff.
Hmm.
Oh, love you too, Charlie. We appreciate you joining us this evening.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. It really means a lot, everything that you shared with us.
Hmm. Oh boy, this has been a deep one, man.
Yes,
Okay.
Terry just said, "Yep, yep." Taking them to the house I grew up in, my old school. Cool.
I hope you enjoy. I hope all of y'all enjoy every minute of that trip. Take plenty of pictures.
Yes, indeed. Well, bro, look like we're getting close to that time again.
Dang,
Yeah, I
that
know.
did fly by. That flew by. Yes, it looked like it is about that time. So,
Yeah. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us this evening, man. And absent our favorite, you know, our favorite co-host. I don't know how we did it, but we was able to press on.
hmm, this is true. This is true. So, I'd like to leave everybody with a saying, a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King that encompasses everything dealing with love and what we somewhat see, what we're currently seeing in society today. So the quote goes, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. MLK Jr.
Yes, indeed. Kanye, what's going on,
Hey,
girl?
Kanye.
Dang, boy, we needed you to chime in. Oh, let me get ready to close out. Thank you for joining us tonight. She says, "My parents never told us they love us, but I knew it. I made sure I tell my daughters I love them and also love on them daily." Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. Love
That's
it.
where it starts. That's where
That's
it
where it
starts.
starts. And y'all, we already close out, but the one thing we want to challenge y'all to do, well, two things we want to challenge you to do. First off, share the show. Share it to many people as possible, because again, we love it when we can hear from everyone and get their thoughts, and they chime in and they send us texts and things. This is people's podcast show. Secondly, since we're talking about love, how about taking time out today, or since this is the rest of the week, take time out to either call, text, write somebody, and tell them you love them. That's all you got to do. And you'd be surprised the outcome. I think that's the one thing that we fail short of, especially brothers. We fall short so many times of acknowledging and saying, yo, I love you. If we can start doing that a little bit more, I think things could be a little bit better in our lifestyles.
True that. Absolutely.
Yep. So
absolutely. Well said.
Thank y'all once again. Man, we had a great time tonight. I'm your boy CB.
And your man A Money.
The man, the myth, the legend, A Money.
And this has been at the Roundtable Podcast Show. So hope to be back next week. And we'll see you then.